Okay, so we just clicked boost post on the post that we want to start running an ad, and this is what should come up. It might look a little bit different for you on your end, just depending on what stage of the Facebook Ads Manager and different system that you're operating on. It's often looking different for different people, but this is about what it'll look like, and you want your goal to be get more engagement. There's three different goals that we can have: automatic, get more website visitors, and get more engagement. For the first ad or first couple ads that you run, I recommend choosing the third one, getting more engagement. I don't do anything with special ad category, but you could if you wanted to. I can talk about what this means in a different video and in a different blog. But really what we're going to look at immediately after we choose our goal of what results we're looking for is the audience. And so right here I have, so the post that I'm going to be sending is a blog about email is not dead and just marketing advice about media and just email subscribers and open rate and such. So I want to target marketers from the age of 30 to 50 living in a 20-mile radius of Indianapolis, Indiana. And so the way I created this ad was, maybe when you first jump into this, you won't see a single audience here. Maybe you might see people you choose through targeting. You might see people who like your page, and you might see people who like your page and their friends, but you probably won't see any other ones. So if you wanted to create an audience similar to what we talked about in the blog, let's create a test name. So I'm going to do Realtor Audience 1. I'm going to do 25. So like, as you can see, if you just kind of like scroll down, you can see you start with audience name, you choose the gender, you can choose the age with this little fun wheel here, or this this line, if you will. I'm gonna do 25 to 50. Actually, I'm gonna do 30 to 50, similar to my last audience, because I don't think people around 25 are maybe buying a lot of houses. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that my location is in the area that I'm selling to, in the area of people that I want to be showing my ad to. So for this one, again, I'm going to do Indianapolis, Indiana. But you know what, maybe you're like, well, I'm more on the south side and the north side is, I don't go up there. I don't want to go up there. So maybe this 25-mile radius, you can just pull it down a little bit and you're like, okay, I think a 15-mile radius is a good place for me to start marketing to people. And just right here, I want you to stop and look at what we have so far. So we have audience name, Realtor Audience 1. And actually, I should say Realtor Prospective Customer Audience 1, right? Because we're not trying to target realtors, but this is an audience that a realtor might be able to use. We've got 30 to 50 people living in a 15-mile radius of Monument Circle. And if you see right down here, you have estimated audience size of 450,000 to 530,000. So already you have a lot of people that you could potentially target for as low as $1 a day on Facebook. But we want to be a little bit more targeted. We want to try to pull this number down to a little bit less than 500,000, just so it can be a little bit more targeted. So in the blog, as an example, which I'm actually in the middle of writing the blog when I make this video. And I'm using my MacBook for this video, and I'm writing my blog on my other computer. But if you remember in that blog, it says you can target people for web traffic based off of interest for Zillow. So if I type in Zillow for detailed targeting, here are a couple different options. We can go Zillow by demographics, Zillow by the interest, which is what we care about. And then we don't really care about this Premier Agent for Zillow and Trulia. But this one is the one that we really care about. So we'll click Zillow. People interested in Zillow, that would mean that they're going to that website. They don't work at Zillow. They, nothing like that, but they're just simply interested in Zillow because they're visiting their website. And all of a sudden now we have 129,000 to 152,000. So we went from almost 400,000 to 500,000 down to about less than 150,000. So this is a much better place to start with running your ad. And so from here, we like what we see. We can see the radius. We like the audience size. If you see right here how the green is highlighted, that is a thumbs up. If it's red right here, you can see this red. That means your audience is too narrow. Like, let's say this estimated audience size said like 10,000, which is pretty small for an ad, then it'd probably be red right here. If it's too broad, like let's say it's over 1 million, then it'd be over here in the yellow. But we're in the sweet spot. We see green right here, so we're gonna go and click Save Audience. All right, And so remember, our goal is to get more engagement. Here's our ad preview. So I am always looking at my ad preview to make sure I'm not running the wrong ad. Or maybe I'll be like, oh, I just found a spelling. Let me go, spelling issue, or I said something wrong. Let me go back and, change that before I'm running the ad. But I can see the ad preview right here. Okay, looks good. Our audience, prospective customer audience 1. I want to target people in Indianapolis. Okay, good. I'm just double checking. Okay, great. Now let's move to the next step, which is the duration and budget of your ad. And if this is the first time you're running an ad, unless you have a big budget, just do it for 30 days, $1 a day. Oops, 30. $30 budget over 30 days, $1 a day, and you're going to start to see an estimated of how many people you'll start to be reached per day. This estimate is based off of like if you ran this ad previously, how well or how big the audience size might be that you're starting with from the audience that you created right here. It could be purely about how much money you're spending. So let's say if I did $200 over 30 days, we'd start to be hitting 400 to 1.1 thousand people again per day. But I recommend don't stretch yourself too thin. Start with $1 a day. Just start something small. Get into the process of making your first ad and then see what happens over the next 30 days. And remember, the goal here is to have 1 or 2 of these ads running. And if you're asking like, well, what should I run an ad on? We can talk about that in a different time for sure. But the goal is to have 1 or 2 of these ads running, but then simultaneously putting content on your social media, sharing DIY tips, so that way you're positioning yourself as a realtor. You got these ads running in the back end while you're sleeping, but then you're also putting content online on your social media account. So, you're positioning yourself as a realtor and you're not constantly hounding with people. This is the jab, 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 right hook kind of boxing analogy, if you will, is we want to just give value, just kind of like slowly, almost periodically drip and just kind of almost subtly remind people that I'm a realtor, but I don't want to hound them so that by the time by the time it comes for them where they want to purchase that house or they have a friend and they want to refer their realtor to their friend, they're going to think about you because you've got an ad running and you've got some social media posts that are going out each week that are just reminding people that you exist and that you are a realtor. So that's how you create your first ad, and then you just click boost post now. Let me know if you have any questions.